That don't feel good.
Doesn't look good. I was going to say, do you mind if we say it doesn't look good?
We made it to Tasmania.
I literally was having like a panic attack just watching that. I was like,
that was the worst. That was absolutely terrifying. Oh, that's the worst track I've ever done in my life. Is it cold? We left our camp back in the main Bay of Fires area this morning. We're out doing some exploring further north in a bit of a four-wheel drive access part of the Bay of Fires, and we found this little gem of a spot all to ourselves out here, just absolutely beautiful. Bay of Fires area is known for its white sand, like just this crystal clear blue water, and then all the rocks are red as well. The weather's a little bit all over the place. I think we got the good weather on the first half of this trip over the west coast. It was hot, sunny, warm days with no wind, whereas now it's kind of windy, in and out of clouds and rain. The sun's back out now and then it'll be back into clouds, but we're hoping to get sort of a couple of hours of sun and just chill at the beach. Oh, it's really cold, and now the sun's gone. I'd say it's probably about 16 degrees, maybe 15. Come back out, sun. After spending a couple of hours swimming and relaxing at that beautiful spot, we headed further north into the national park towards EDDYSTONE Point Lighthouse. Not very windy.
I'm actually almost blowing over.
EDDYSTONE Point Lighthouse in the Mount William National Park, but it's very windy out here. After checking out the lighthouse, we came out of that Mount William National Park, and then we've come back inland through to Little Blue Lake was the next destination we came to check out. We found a little spot here to camp on the edge of the lake for the night, just off the main road. There's the lake just there, and there's our camp. The weather's still pretty bad, in and out of wind and rain. That's kind of why I wanted to get off the coast. We've just bunkered down for the night here, try and get a bit of protection, get a little fire going to stay warm. It's absolutely freezing. This is the problem with weather in Tasmania, summer weather. It's just so unpredictable. It can be like really hot or absolutely freezing cold. And then in the morning, we'll go for a walk and have a look around the lake and check it all out. Packed up camp and going for a bit of a walk around the edge of the lake. It is so blue. What it is it's an old mining area, and they mined a big hole in the ground here, and then it's just rained and filled up with water, and because of all the minerals in the ground, it's created this blue colour. So they do say not to swim in it because it has high levels of aluminium. It's so cool to come check all this out. You won't believe like the colour till you actually see it in real life. That's Little Blue Lake ticked off the list of things to see. I don't actually know if you're meant to camp here. like where we came in, we just sort of saw a spot on the edge of the lake and pulled up there and thought we'll camp there for the night. When you come up to the main area, there's a sign saying no camping in the main area, so I don't know, there's so many rules of everything you can and can't do these days. I try my best to follow them, but it's hard sometimes. Now we're going to head out of here. We're going to make our way back through the town of Derby, I think it is, over to, I can't remember the name of the town where there's a lavender farm that Kayla wants to see. Lavender farm, and then I think we're going to head out.
Lucky you're wearing your lavender shirt.
Oh yeah, I'll be matching. And then this afternoon we're going to head out the Bridport to Bellingham beach run up the coast up there. Hopefully the weather's nice. It's still pretty windy today, but it is reasonably warm and sunny at the moment. Do you want to do a vlog update?
We're at, what's it called?
Bridstowe.
Bridstowe Lavender Farm.
And what's here?
Huh?
And what's here?
Canola.
Cool. Yeah. Made out to Lavender Farm, so it's $10 per adult and kids are free. It's pretty much nothing but photo shoots out here. Everyone's just walking around getting photos. See how they go that way, so maybe down around. We're working out prime photo shoot location.
I reckon that looks better than mine.
It's actually really cool here. There's also a bazillion bees, and there's a lot of spiders as well, making webs down all the aisles trying to catch all the bees for food. What's your thoughts on the lavender farm, Kayla?
Yeah, I like it.
To be honest, there's also a lot of flies.
Yeah, well, flies and bees.
There's a lot more lavender than I anticipated.
Imagine how long it would take to grow all this.
So long. My expectations of lavender have been outdone.
Exceeded.
Exceeded.
After that Bridstowe Lavender Farm yesterday, went back into the town of Scottsdale and camped there the night at a little reserve on the edge of town, free camp. And they got hot showers there. You can put in $3 and get a hot shower, and yep. Then this morning we're heading out. We came out to Bridport, only about 20 kilometres away for the Bridport to Bellingham beach run. It is the long week, straight a long weekend, and looks like there's a lot of people out here today. It's just four-wheel drives and motorbikes and quad bikes everywhere, but never been out here before, so we'll head out into the beach in dunes and see what it's like. The weather's still not great today. It's still been raining this morning. It's not too windy, but hopefully we can still get a bit of a nice protected spot here at the beach somewhere. I've let the tyres down to 13 just because I think it does get pretty soft out here. I've had a bit of rain, so it won't be too bad, but there's a few big dunes you can climb, I think, so give me every chance of trying to get up them, but I didn't want to go too much lower because I'm not sure if what it's like out here. I can let a bit more if need be, but yeah, going down to 13, which is pretty low to start with. Kind of that onto the main St. Albans Bay, St. Albans Beach. Then you drive up along the beach. The sand is very soft out here. I would max out about 14. You do want low pressures because that whole beach run was off camber as well. Like you're kind of sliding towards the water nearly the whole way up, so you want low pressures. And then once you come near the end, you come up onto a bit of a dune. Then you come down this massive open area where there's big like hill climbs and dunes all around you. So a bit of explore around here. We continued to have a bit of an explore around the area before finding a spot to pull up and have some lunch. We've driven over into the back of the dune area, over into the campgrounds here. There's heaps of campgrounds, like kind of, you come along the beach, you got like the sandy track in, then you got big St. Albans Bay. Then you come up into the dunes, you got all these dunes around to drive up, and then there's a massive spread of campgrounds around the area too, kind of like grass and sand. The sun's actually come out, which is nice. Pretty warm here, but there's a few flies around, which Kayla really likes flies. We're just making a little bit of lunch. There's the dunes up there, so you can like try and drive up the front of them anywhere if you want, or you can come around the back and get up to the top of them there. There's a few people out there now. So many people out here for Australia Day long weekend. It was quite busy out there being Australia Day long weekend, meaning we didn't hang around too long. The main dune area and campground is about the halfway point, and from there we continued west towards Bellingham to come out at the other end. Made off the other end right up here at Bellingham. So came on a Bridport, come off Bellingham, you can come right through. On my map and book it said something about a saltwater crossing along the way. It can be tidal, but there was nothing there. We came through right on high tide, meaning you can get right through between both towns on high tide, at the moment anyway. Airing up the tyres here now, and then we're going to head off. I don't even know where we're going yet. Tonight's our last night in Tassie. We're heading home tomorrow night, catching a night ferry tomorrow. But we're going to head down towards Launceston way, and then we do want to go to Cradle Mountain tomorrow on our last day. Awesome fun little beach run through there though. The sun did come out, which is nice. Still very windy though, be better in non-windy conditions. And then it's pretty fun in those dunes out in the middle there. We didn't try and tackle the massive one there, because by the time we had lunch and got back out there was about 30 four-wheel drives all lined up there. I didn't want to try and take it on in front of all them watching. But I watched about 15 try and get up, and none of them made it or weren't even really that close. The closest one was probably about 2/3 of the way up that dune, so I don't think I was getting up anyway. There's heaps of campsites scattered like all through that system out there everywhere it seems. People sort of camped everywhere. Keep going. This is Lilydale Falls we came to check out between Bellingham and Launceston on the way in. There's a 10-minute walk to the upper falls here, and then it was a little bit less, 7-8 minutes down to the lower one down the bottom there. I kind of wish I brought my swimmers up. It looks really nice and I'm keen for a swim. From there we headed towards Launceston, where on the outskirts of town is the Cataract Gorge, which is just a beautiful place to stop, check out and enjoy the afternoon. They've got plenty of walks there, things to see and do. There is a pool to swim in, or you can swim out in the big open gorge too. We had a bit of a walk around, had a swim, and then caught the chairlift over the gorge. The chairlift only fits 2 people. So I'm by myself and Kayla and Kai back there. Awesome little ride over the gorge. This is our last night in Tassie. After we left that Cataract Gorge at Launceston, we just typed in the GPS Cradle Mountain. We're on our way out to Cradle Mountain. We're only about 25-30 minutes away. So just had about an hour 45 drive. 7 o'clock we were starting to look for camp spots. We found this pretty amazing little spot on the edge of this lake in the end, on the edge of Lake GAIRDNER, I think it's called. Once again, no plans, just head out exploring, and then I spotted this dam lake on the map, and I thought, oh, there's a road down, we'll go down there, and here's a nice campsite. Because we're higher up here, we're heading up towards Cradle Mountain. We're kind of up in the mountains now. It's pretty cold up here. Yeah, I'm still in a shirt, but I'm getting cold quick. Kai hasn't worn a jumper pretty much the whole trip, just shivers every night. Too cool for a jumper. There's fire going, then we'll start piling sticks on it.
Ow.
There's a bit of a breeze whipping off this lake here, keeping it cool. Because it's our last night, we can burn all our wood, so we should stay warm. That's how we did the Bridport to Bellingham beach run this morning, and then we came down and we saw that Lilydale Falls in there, just above the town of Lilydale. Came into that Cataract Gorge in Launceston, and then, as I said, we just started heading for Cradle Mountain from Launceston up in here, and we're camped just over here tonight, over in this Lake Gardner, just in here. Been having toasted sandwiches on the fire quite a few nights this trip. This is the fire pit, the Snow Peak one from Drifter that we've been using for the whole trip now, 3 weeks. And at the start of the trip I kind of debated whether I should put it in the car or not, whether it's just a bit of a waste of space having a fire pit when you can have a fire on the ground, but very happy I bought it, and after using it for a while I can highly recommend it. They are a bit of money, but I think they're worth it. Unreal quality. And the things that I like about it are you can just kind of have your fire wherever you want. You don't damage the ground. There's a fire, someone's made a fire pit over there. We can have right here where we want. And then I'll just tip the coals in there later. No like marks or mess left on the ground, because that's one of the things that ruins campsites, when you just got fires everywhere that people have made. And then when you put the grill on top, I think that it just makes cooking so much easier on the fire. Like when you put your grill plate on top, and I just think that it makes the fire a lot safer and nicer and easier, you know, up off the ground there. It's nice and warm in front of you, and you can keep it little. The wood lasts longer. You're not having big fires, and I just think it burns nicely in there. I changed my mind. Get out. We're on our way up into Cradle Mountain now. Looks like it'll be pretty busy up in here today, given that it's Monday, public holidays, fair bit of traffic. Now, we thought last night was our last night in Tasmania, but turns out tonight is our last night, as someone may have got the ferry dates wrong. So yeah, you used to be able to drive into Cradle Mountain and the lake, but you can't anymore, it seems. You got to catch your bus in there. Woohoo! But yeah, I thought we were catching the ferry tonight. I got the dates wrong. Anyways, we were meant to catch it last night, so I had to call up this morning, but I've managed to get on the ferry tomorrow night. Yeah, a little bit of stress there this morning when I realised that we missed our ferry, and I wasn't sure when we were going to be able to get on to our next one, but only cost me an extra $100 to change, and now we get another 2 days holiday. Yay. Yay. Made it through to Cradle Mountain and Dove Lake. There's Dove Lake there, and Cradle Mountain's up there in fog. It's absolutely beautiful here, and it's so peaceful as well. There's hardly any wind down here. There's the world famous boat shed next to Dove Lake, where everyone gets a picture. It's also absolutely freezing up here. What do you reckon about Dove Lake and Cradle Mountain?
Pretty gorgeous. It's not as cold as I thought.
Do you know that this feels like deja vu? You know why? It feels like deja vu for Mountain Moss.
Why?
Because I just hear like this constant, like non-stop talking, like just talk. Does anyone else notice that?
Yeah, sorry, I should shut up.
What?
The sun's starting to come out. We're all going to be boiling. The views and scenery around here are just absolutely spectacular. The sun's starting to come out now too. The skies are clearing. And we're all wearing about 30 layers of clothing, so we're going to start burning up. Yeah.
Are you gonna have fun carrying that, or?
Look at all the layers of clothes Caleb brought. There's a massive amount of walks you can do in the area, from short ones to all day ones to you can do like big few day walks from here as well. I don't even know what this one is we're doing now. That's Dove Lake over in the background there, and then you got some other lake there, and we're heading up the top here. We did the Dove Lake circuit last time, which is like 6 point something kilometers, 2 to 3 hours just around the edge of the lake. You got the Cradle Mountain Summit walk, which is 6 to 8 hours. It's like 13 kilometers return up the top of Cradle Mountain. We're just going up now to some Marion Lookout and Wombat Pools to get a look out over the area. It's just beautiful up here. That's Marion's Lookout up there. Where's the path? The path there continues up, and that's Cradle Lake in there, which you can see. You can see Cradle Lake and then up to Marion's Lookout, which is a view out over the whole thing. But we got a pretty good view where we are here now over it all, and I think Kai's had enough. Kai's had enough walking. How nice does it all look now with the sun on it?
Gorgeous.
You lost some clothing.
Yeah. I was wearing this, a shirt, a long sleeve, a jumper, and this. It was so cold down the bottom.
And just think, if we had caught the ferry last night like we were supposed to, we would have missed out on all this.
I was literally sweating by the bottom. I was like...
And that's Cradle Mountain and Dove Lake all done. Now we catch the bus back to the car. Here's some time lapses I did while we were out there. I can see why they've cancelled cars going in there now. Last time I came here 3 years ago, you used to be able to, like, they let a certain amount of cars in and out at any given time, so you kind of waited the gate, and when a car came out you get back in. But it's just chaos. It's like, because it's such a big tourist attraction from people all over the world, and trying to get cars in and out of that 6-7 kilometre run into the mountain, and that thin road with buses going everywhere, just absolute nightmare. So yeah, you come in, you park in the main car park, and then you catch the shuttle bus in and back out. Cost us, so in the end it turned out not too bad. We missed our ferry and we got an extra 2 days in Tassie. And now we are heading towards Waratah. We're thinking of possibly heading in towards the Wombat Hut tonight, which is at the end of the $1,000 track on the river there. Nice campsite at Hutton River, but I won't be doing the $1,000 track in there. But you can, you got the $1,000 track, you got the Coalstream Mine track into the hub. You also got a third way, which is like still a 4-wheel drive, but relatively easy track, I think, in to the hub there. We're down near the town of Waratah, sort of back out towards the west coast a little bit, and we're heading down into the Wombat Hut to camp for tonight, which is at the end of the $1,000 and Coldstream track. But we won't be doing either of those. We're taking the easy way in. There is a third easy way into the hut, I think. So Tim, who joined us out on this trip, he's given me maps of the area and he's told me all about it. So it's all pretty easy going to get down to the river. Then he says it's a little bit more proper forward driving to get up to the actual hut, the last few hundred meters. But we're just coming in this easy forestry road at the moment, and then yeah, it's a bit of a drive in there. I think maybe about an hour or so, but we're just cruising, see how we go. We're already coming along and pretty quick. Now with the $1,000 and Coldstream track, they are the other 2 ways in, and that would just, like, I'm always keen to give things a go by myself, as we all know, and get out the winch and that, but doing either of those 2 tracks would just be absolute suicide. They 2 of the gnarlier tracks going, and you're just talking monster bog holes, like 3rd and 4th gear low range flat into bonnet deep mud holes, like gnarly hill climbs and river crossing, and yeah, going in there in my car would just be suicide. Plus it is 6 o'clock and we catch the ferry at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We already missed 1 ferry, we don't need to miss 2. We're just going to quickly chop up some wood on the way into camp, because I'm not sure if there'll be any down there. There's a couple of these big black butt spears here and they go all the way down the bush, so we'll just keep feeding them out and chopping up little bits of them. That'll get us through the night. After getting some wood for the night, we continued along the easy track in, which did have a couple of little challenges, but nothing too hard, as you made your way down into the mountains and the river. We're now on the last few hundred metres down onto the river and then up the other side to the hut. So this is part of the 1000 or Coldstream track. This is part of one of the tracks. And look at this, these ruts coming down this hill here onto the river. Walking the camera across the river rapids in the freezing cold has got to take the cake for painful things to walk the camera across. After you come through that last rocky rapid creek crossing there, you just swing around, come up the bank, and then you arrive at this absolutely awesome hut out here in the middle of the forest. So cool. Got a fireplace in there, it's got bunk beds, it's got chairs, it's got everything. How cool is this hut? They're doing a good job of keeping this clean. Someone swept the floor. Well, the $1000 track logbook. Appreciate what others have provided and leave area cleaner than you found it. 2 nights on the track before making it to the hut. $1000 cheap challenge. Oh, people have had some fun times coming in here. 14-hour trip in along Coldstream tracks, slept on track overnight. Yeah, everyone's we should have done it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be windy down in here tonight. We have had some pretty windy nights in the last week, and one little trick I learned to stop the awning banging up and down in the wind all night is to set it up and then peg it in, tie your rope up. But then once you tie your rope up, this still bangs up and down in the wind and drives you mad in the night. So if you then jam it up that bit further, it can't move. And we had a windy night doing that compared to not doing that, and you hardly hear your awning.
Good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, real good.
Yeah.
We're getting very low on food. We're kind of scraping through on our last scraps for dinner and breakfast tonight. There's not heaps of shops depending on where you are in Tassie. Like from where we camped last night, between Cradle Mountain, Waratah and here, and we never really passed any shops to restock because we thought we were going to get the ferry tonight, so we needed to pass a shop to get a bit more food for a couple more days. I was hoping there'd be an IGA in Waratah, but there wasn't. There was just like a little petrol station / takeaway convenience store, so we kind of put together a few scraps to get a bit of a meal for the night.
No, but that's good.
Yeah.
Because it means you can always make a meal out of like literally the bare essentials.
What are we making tonight?
Well, we had half an onion in the fridge, 1 capsicum, some peas, and then we also had, it's like good to keep stuff like this always on hand, like stir fry sauce, curry sauce, all that stuff, because you can just put whatever in it and it just tastes good. And then I found this coconut milk, so we're just having like a curry. And then we just bought from the convenience store. This is like the only veggies they had.
One zucchini.
One zucchini, and there's just frozen veg, and like that's fine. Chuck it all in, and we've got rice too. Just keep staples like rice and pasta, and like you'll always be able to make something.
Do you want to do a quick dinner update?
So I've done it wrong. You're supposed to put the curry paste in at the start with the onion and the garlic and everything. But hey, this is bloody, this is camp cooking.
Yeah, so
Just do whatever.
why does it matter what order?
It's all about the flavors, just marrying each other, absorbing one another,
Oh, so like
vibing.
So the flavors need to like each other.
They do need to like each other. If the flavors don't like each other, it's not going to work. So I just put all my veggies in, and then I put the chickpeas in, and then I made a little well, and I put the curry paste in, like half a jar, and then I just put the frozen veggies in, and probably just need to add the coconut milk, and then just let it simmer for a while, and let all the bugs fly into it.
Ugh. Yay!
Last second
night again.
second time being the last night.
Ooh, we should pretend like every night's the last night.
Yeah.
There's a reason that I like you, that I write you all these love songs. That when I close my eyes, I get lonely when I can. Take my hand and reach you to remember how I found you. When you're here, I'm stronger than I am, and I keep writing music. Sometimes it makes me happy, sometimes it makes me mad.
Happy birthday.
Woohoo!
How's it feel to be 8 years old? It's Malachi's birthday today. We're meant to be back on the mainland, so we're meant to have things better organised, but the best we could come up with the last minute from Waratah was a packet of banana cake pre-made mix, and we're trying to make that into pancakes for Becky. Welcome to the world as being 8 years old.
Get a job. "28 for the first 20, Malachi's birthday. Took the easy way in to spend our last night in Tassie in this beautiful hut after 3 weeks camping, full driving all over Tassie. Loved it. Thanks for making our last night one we will never forget. Tyler Thompson, Kayla Stelzer, Malachi Thompson, Hot Macquarie, New South Wales. Kiss, kiss, love heart."
All packed up, left the place nice and clean. Came in that way down along the river. We're going to head back out that way, which will loop us back round, and then we'll head up out the track that we came out of. So we go back that way, we got to get up those nasty ruts wherever. So we go this way, we got to, I saw it before, I walked down there, got like a vertical rock wall to get down into the river, but other than that, it's not too bad that way. So head out that way and then head up out of here, off towards the ferry to catch tonight. We haven't had to do much tree clearing this trip. The only times, I've only had to do like 2 or 3 times, we've just used the handsaw. The only times, we've used chainsaw maybe 4 times, and that's just for chopping up wood, but we haven't really had any big trees. Stuff like this, it's just easier with the handsaw.
You're gonna go down that?
Yeah, how's it look?
How do you know if you can even do that?
Just find out and hope for the best.
What if the car flips over?
It's not going to flip
How do
over.
you know?
It was pretty bad, hey?
Like, how do you actually know?
I don't know, like it'll be fine. What do you think's going to happen?
The car flips over.
What, back over front?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know. If it does, then we know. It's just like a vertical rock wall.
Famous last words.
We'll see you when we're upside down in the river.
Alright.
The emergency beacon's in the glove box.
Happy birthday, Kai.
Okay, this is pretty gnarly. This vertical bank down into the, oh my goodness, okay, everything's coming forward down into the river here. Yeah, she's really steep.
I got the emergency brake.
Just like a vertical rock wall. Kayla's
I got it.
said no thanks, I'm not sitting in the car. Oh my goodness. Oh, we're in the river.
Hopefully we didn't break a lot.
Oh, that was hectic.
At least we didn't break a lot. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Oh, down on the river.
I'm having an anxiety attack just sitting here watching that.
Did that look pretty hectic?
Yes, and it sounded bad too.
The front just went straight into the river, into the rocks.
Yeah. It looked like you just fully lost control and you were just...
Well, I just kind of let it go because it was starting to like fall and wheels are going up in the air, so I just let it go with it rather than like trying to brake and making it tip further. That's why you have a bull bar and rear bar, so you don't break it.
I'm like... I literally was having like a panic attack just watching that. I was like...
How are you going to get across? I can reverse back and then you can like jump in the tray. That was pretty hectic. Now I'm going to reverse back across and get Kayla because she's stuck over the other side.
They're coming back to pick me up. Let's stop. Hello.
Hello, welcome to hell.
Thank you. All right, we're out to go.
This is like the music trip. Yeah,
Like the cha-cha.
yeah.
Well, after that one insane obstacle, we continued out along the easy track, back out to Waratah and then headed towards Devonport to catch the ferry home.
Bye.
Okay, see ya.
No.
Well, what do you mean?
Like from here, like in, like a yeah. There you go.
After we came off the end of that track, I didn't really film anything else. We just kind of got out there. It actually started pouring down rain. On the way out of there, we saw four-wheel drive action just starting the $1,000 track. We were talking to Kaito there because he was kind of at the tail end of them, but they were just heading in the Coldstream track or $1,000 track. I don't know, like 5 or 6 four-wheel drives of them, and started pouring down rain. So they were definitely, it was lunchtime, and Carter said they were going to be camping halfway along the track tonight, so they were going to be in for a fun 24 hours or so trying to get through that track.
Yeah, that would still be on the track.
Yeah, they'd be trying to smash their way through the $1,000 track now. Actually, it was pretty fun because the only other time I've ever seen four-wheel drive action was when we came to Tassie 3 years ago, not too far from there at Montezuma Falls, which isn't far at all, and then we saw them again this time 3 years later. That's the end of our Tassie trip. I think we were in Tassie about 22 days. When I checked all my film records I got lined up there, I got up to day 22 in Tassie. Got 1.29 terabytes of footage to edit, so that should be interesting. This is our little ferry bedroom. We got bunk bed, 4 bunk beds.
And I fell down off the bed.
Yeah, Kai fell down and smashed himself on his birthday. Kai got a birthday cake, and then we're going to go have dinner on the ferry soon as well.
And we
What was your favourite part of the trip, Kayla?
I really liked Cradle Mountain.
Cradle Mountain was good.
That was one of my favourites.
So nice there.
My favourite campsite was the one near Columbus Falls. Is it Columbus Falls?
Yeah, St. Columba Falls.
St. Columba
At the
Falls.
start of the Jeep track.
Yeah, that was my favourite campsite. I liked the whole trip.
Now I'll probably do after the end of this trip, so the next video I'll probably do like a run through. I don't have itineraries. People always ask for itineraries, coordinates. I don't have any of them. I just make it all up as I go. I don't have anything like that. But after this video, I'll do like a run through of our whole trip and kind of draw it on the map where we went and all the stops we did, all the places we went. And if you got any questions, let me know. I'll answer questions for the trip in the next video.
Well, I have a question.
Yeah.
When I went on to downloads, you have a thing called Tyler's Coordinates.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what Tim made for me for this trip. But I don't. They're Tim's coordinates just for a few places in Tassie. But I don't make them myself, and I don't want to give away all Tim's coordinates. That's up to him. Such an awesome trip, and probably worked out perfect that we missed the ferry 2 days ago because we got to go to Cradle Mountain and out to that beautiful campsite and part of the $1,000 track last night.
Yeah, now I missed 2 days of school, and then I have 1 day, then it's a weekend, then it's my birthday party.
Perfect.
Laser tag and rock climbing.
Eddystone Point Lighthouse, but there's a hurricane, bloody wind. We've found a spot here to camp on the edge of the lake for the night. Seems to be kind of just there. What's on the menu for lunch today?
Okay.
Go! Oh! It's a record! 87 seconds drinking water! It was working out of my head! She drank the whole thing!
Okay.
I didn't even finish it. What do you want me to do?
What? I can't hear you. Packed up, left the place nice and clean. Wrote our names. Oh yeah, okay. You're there bashing the pole down in the background. Yeah. Cool.
Show us your leg.
Cool.
Silky boy.
Oh, that was pretty silly. But yeah. Yeah.